Good afternoon, everyone. It is Monday and I have just woken up from my nap. Yesterday's shift was busier than the shift before. I had the same patients plus a few new ones because some had gone home, and just a lot going on. So when I first came on, I had to just start someone home straight away, and then I had antibiotics due, and then I had a lady that was going back into theatre, so I had to get her prepared for that. I had to walk her down to theatre, and then I also had more antibiotics when I came back. So it was basically a night of being a nurse and just going around and giving everyone their antibiotics. I'm not back in until Thursday, and I'm actually on labour ward just because I need to get one more suturing. So I'm hoping that my labour ward shift I will be able to get one. And then I'm back in on Saturday onto the wards again. I'm only working twice this week, which is quite nice. I am getting my hair done on Wednesday, so I usually undo my hair the day before, but I haven't got anything planned for this afternoon. So I think I'm just going to start now so that I can be free tomorrow afternoon. This week I am also going to be finalising things for my trip, which you would have had a sneak peek into where I'm going from last week's vlog if you have watched it. If you saw my calendar update, you'll know where I'm going. For those who don't know where I'm going, you're going to have to wait until next week because I don't want to give any spoilers until the week of, which is actually insane that next week is the week I'm leaving. Like, it's come around so quick. I'm so excited. We still have a few things that we want to book, so we're going to be doing that this week at some point. There isn't very much that we want to book. I think there's 2-3 things left. A sneak peek into what the trip is. I'm going to say food and skincare. Do without what you will. Try and figure out where I'm going. And then I think I might go to sex on Friday and see. I actually don't know if that's how you pronounce it. It's spelled CX, but I don't know if you say it's CX or sex. Who knows? But I'm going to go there and see if they have any cameras, because the one closest to me had one camera that was stupidly priced. So I want like a very old, like normal digital camera, which is really frustrating because we used to have two, and I'm sure they're somewhere in the house. I just can't find them for the life of me. So I will try and keep searching for those just to see if I can find them.
There on Friday night, and the Donny was so excessive as well. I felt so bad because basically, whilst we're at dim sum with them, the guy, the dad, he was like, oh yeah, how do you want to do that fish? Good
morning, everybody. It is Thursday, and today we are on labour ward. I was supposed to be on the wards, but I actually swapped with someone, and I'm doing C-sections, which isn't ideal. Good morning. It is Friday and I am currently making myself some breakfast. I'm making myself a mango yogurt bowl, so quite literally mango with some Greek yogurt, and I'm going to sprinkle some Special K on top. Today is an off day. I should go on a walk. I'm going to force myself to go on a walk. I think I might have my breakfast and then try and get going. I need to return a few parcels, which is kind of why I need to go on my walk. I've got an ASOS parcel, of which you saw the haul, that I need to return. I've also got the Uniqlo joggers, the black straight ones that I got. I'm going to return them as well, just because I'm not 100% set on them. And if it's not 100%, there's no reason to be keeping it. I can use that money on something else. So I'm also going to return those. And then I'm going to pop by Sainsbury's because I have some dying bananas. I'm going to make a banana bread today. And for dinner, I really want some gyros. So I'm hoping that Sainsbury's are doing their lamb kebabs, so I can get a few of them, get some wraps and go. I've got some cucumber here, so I'm going to make my tzatziki rather than buy some. I've got some tomatoes to put in. We've got some onions as well if I want to put those in. Tomorrow I should be back on the wards. I haven't actually updated you on my shift yesterday. Yesterday I was on labour ward and I was hoping to get my suture, but they put me on electives, which is obviously not going to get me my suture. So when I first got in, they were like, you need to go straight to theatre because there's an emergency section in there. So took over that case, did that section, got her to the recovery room, and then they were like, you need to go back onto doing electives. So we basically had 2 cerclages and 2 electives. We managed to do the 2 cerclages, then there was like a little break. And then I did one of the electives, and then one of the other midwives did the other elective. And after that, I was asked to go to triage to go get a patient who was in preterm labour. So I got her, set her all up, and to be fair, I think I got her around like 6 o'clock-ish. So there literally was like 2 hours left on my shift, so I didn't really do much. I am back from my walk. I did all of my returns and I actually went to so many different food shops. I went to Sainsbury's, Tesco's, Waitrose, and another big Sainsbury's to try and find the kebabs. Apparently, it's a seasonal thing, which I was not aware of. So instead, I'm going to make another recipe. I bought some minced beef, so I'll find something to make with it. I was watching a series, so in English it's called Cash Queens, in French it's called Les Lions. Only just started it. My banana bread is in the oven, and now I am going to start editing. I'm really not motivated at all, so we'll see how far we go. On the menu for tomorrow, I have made, well, the recipe said Mongolian beef recipe. So I've got the beef on top, and then underneath I've got some rice and some green beans, and I've just put sesame seeds over the top, and this is the leftovers. And then in the oven I have my roasted veg that are hopefully nearly done, so that they can be put in their Tupperware. I am back at work and I was supposed to be on the postnatal ward, but unfortunately I was pulled to labour ward, which, if you haven't realised, I don't like labour ward. But I haven't actually had a patient today. It's 11 and I'm still waiting. Last time I updated you, I had no patients, and that was around 12 o'clock or just before. Around 12 I got a patient from the antenatal ward and just got her labour started. So that is what we're doing now. Good evening, everyone. We are back from work. I'm actually like super late. It's literally 9:24 and I'm never usually back this late. Usually by this time I've had my dinner and I'm going up to have a shower. I've only just got back. So when I last updated you, I had brought over a woman from the antenatal ward, and yeah, I just ended up looking after her until the end of my shift. And I ended up leaving late because it took ages to hand over, of course, but we are here. I'm going to be packing tomorrow, so you will see some montages of that. And that's pretty much all I'm doing tomorrow, just packing, potentially going out to buy a few things if needed. I had my banana bread for lunch, exquisite cake. Can I just say to myself? Good afternoon, everybody. It is 3:30 p.m. and I'm only now starting to vlog because I have been editing all day. It's taken me this long because I am someone who can't work in silence. I need to have music on in the background or a show or something. And today the playlists have just been too good. Too good to the point where I have felt the need to perform a concert whilst the songs were playing, because it would be rude not to. So I have been doing that, and I've also been scrolling a lot through Instagram, and I have been answering messages as well. So not looking good, bruv. I will be starting to pack for my trip to Korea. It is official. I am going to Korea. I'm leaving next Friday. I'm staying there for 2 weeks and I am very, very excited. However, it is going to be so cold, like -4 degrees in the morning cold. And there is snow on the forecast. And I'm not talking like, oh, cute snow. Yay. I'm talking heavy snowfall. But before we get into packing, let's do my media recap. So I'm going to start with TV shows, which is going to be quite a long segment this week because I have been watching a lot of shows. Let's start off with Singles Inferno because that is, the major thing that's happened this week. I've got a few thoughts about this. First of all, why would the whole last two episodes about Minasu and about Gun and her three men, it was literally just about them. I wanted more Minji and Sungil footage, personally. I think that would have been quite interesting to see. I do think that production tried so hard to make Minasu look like a good person, especially after like the chat that we saw her and Sam having about how she lends all of her bikinis to the girls and the girls don't care about her, blah blah blah. So I feel like it was kind of just like a redemption arc for her that, for me as a viewer, didn't work. But that's just me. I would have liked to see more other people. I did have a look on the internet and I did see quite a lot of people are saying that there was a very big fight between all of the girls. So they try to avoid showing snippets of the girls and they focus just on Minasu and Gon. So potentially that's why it's not really interesting. And also apparently the campfire bit at the very end where they all reveal their jobs and their ages to each other, it was cut short because it got quite heated at some point. However, they have created a Singles Inferno reunion, which is so exciting. So they basically, well, from the snippet I've seen, they all get together and they watch some clips. So that will be very interesting to see how people are going to react to other people talking about them. I'm very excited for that. I'm going to download all the episodes and I'll actually watch it on the plane next week. For season 5 of Inferno, I'm giving it a 4.5-star rating. It was very good, lots of drama, lots of characters. My favourite season of Singles Inferno thus far. For season 4 of Singles Inferno, I think Minsol didn't have a great time. The poor thing, she couldn't really find someone that actually liked her and wanted to explore a potential relationship with her, which is quite sad. So I do feel like she was kind of left to the side a little bit. However, I am very happy with the final couples and I did think it was a good season. I'm going to give it a 3.75 stars just because I feel like it was still quite a tame season. There wasn't very much drama. It was kind of just very straightforward. not really doing much. If it had had a little bit extra spice, then it would have gotten a higher rating. Next series that I watched is called His and Hers, which is about a woman who's a news anchor, and she basically wants to move back to her hometown and finds out that there's a murder. So she wants to get her original spot back on the news channel that she was on because she was replaced. And it basically talks about the murders and trying to solve them, and there's lots of plot twists. The ending, I am so sorry, I did not think that's where it was going. I had no clue that is what they wanted to do with this whole thing. So at the end, you obviously find out who the murderer is, and like it is stated, you wouldn't guess it would be this person. So I would definitely recommend watching His and Hers if you like kind of, I guess it's a little bit of a thriller suspense type series. It's more like a murder mystery, I guess. But I would highly recommend it. It is very, very good. And I would also give it a 4.5-star rating. Last bit of TV, I watched a film called I Swear, which is about a man who lives with Tourette syndrome, and it talks about kind of his hardships and how he obviously struggles to get a job because at the time when this was filmed, which I think it's like early 2000s, well, the story is set, I want to say in the early 2010s, and there's not been much information about Tourette's, and people don't really know what it is. It explains his hardships on living with Tourette's. I really enjoyed it. I feel like it was a very wholesome film, and it was actually based on a true story as well. So at the end of the film, you get to see like little snippets of the actual man that this story was based on, which was very, very cute. And I would also give this film a 4-star rating. Moving on to books, yet again, I am still reading My Dark Vanessa, and I'm so close to DNF because I can't deal with it anymore. Like, I'm getting to a point where it's just boring. Like, I'm reading it because I have to rather than because I want to, which means that it's taking me ages. I'm at 78%. So I am like really nearly there. And I think I'm going to force myself to finish reading it this evening. Moving on to music, this week I have been loving Exodus by Bob Marley and the Wailers, and also all of the songs that come in afterwards. Like on Spotify, once you finish an album, you can have like songs that are similar to what you've listened to. So I've really been loving all of those. It has all of the classics in that album, and it's just great. I would highly recommend, if you haven't listened to Exodus, the full album from start to finish, I would recommend you have a listen. I have also been listening to Ashake's Red Bull Symphony. It is only on YouTube. It's longer than an hour, and it's basically a concert where he performs all of his hits with a orchestra, and he has lots of different people come out and perform with him as well. And I really enjoy it. I've also been listening to DTMF by Bad Bunny, of course. Great album. Have absolutely no pointers. Love it from start to finish. It was my number one album of 2025. Are we surprised? Not at all. When I listen to Bad Bunny, I tend to listen to 3 albums in succession. I will start off by DTMF, and then I'll go to Un Verano Sin Ti, and then I'll go to Oasis, which is him and J Balvin. Once again, need I say this? Have a listen to those 3 albums. They are all absolutely fantastic. I have also been listening to Love Damini by Burna Boy. It is, I feel like I will say this with every album that I recommend you. It's a great album. It's lots of different genres in there. It's tends to be more of a like chill vibe compared to a very party vibe, this album, but I do really enjoy it. And as a last one, I'm going to throw in there, I've also been listening to Amine's set list again, purely because if I listen to Vacay in any other playlist that I have, I feel like I have to listen to the whole set list because Vacay is the first song on the set list. That will be it for my media recap. I'm going to start packing now. It's now the evening and I have finished the book. This book is getting like a 0.5 star. Honestly, 1, not for me. 2, very graphic. 3, had no real storyline / no direction / I didn't get the plot. I'm just happy that that's over. I'm gonna end the vlog here. I hope you have enjoyed this video and I will see you next week with a new vlog. See you Sunday.